Hello, my name is Dr. Paul Healy, Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Principals Association. I'm here today with Dr. Jessica Quinter, who is a candidate for the position of President-elect of our association. So we're going to start off with Jessica introducing herself, telling us a little bit about herself. Jessica?
Thank you, Dr. Healy. I am the elementary principal at Juniata Valley. I have been the elementary principal for 10 years. I also serve as our federal programs coordinator, which is a position that I've held for 12 years. In terms of my education, I obtained my bachelor's degree from Juniata College. I then went on to complete my master's degree at St. Francis University, where I also obtained my principal certification and my reading specialist certification. And most recently, this past fall, I graduated from Drexel University with an EDD in Educational Leadership and Management. I've been a member of the PA Principals Association for 10 years and more recently have become more active as a member of our board. I serve on the strategic planning and bylaw committees, and also this year I'm serving as the program chair for our annual conference. I've attended Advocacy Day and have also spoken on behalf of our schools in the Capitol Rotunda. My other professional obligations and responsibilities include serving as the co-chair of the steering committee for the Commonwealth Education Blueprint. I also serve as a regional representative on our Federal Programs Coordinators Board for Pennsylvania, and I also serve as the elementary principal representative for the Pennsylvania State School Study Council.
Thanks, Jessica. The Pennsylvania Principals Association is fortunate that we have 3 individuals that stepped up to put their name in for president-elect. Each of our candidates were provided with 3 questions, which they're answering in these video segments, and they have a time limit of 5 minutes to do so. So we'll start off with the first question. Jessica, what strengths do you bring to the position, and what in your professional journey qualifies you for leading and supporting principals across this Commonwealth?
I feel one of the strengths that I can bring to the organization is that I am a strong communicator. And as we all know, communication kind of works 2 ways. But first and foremost, I try to really be mindful of being an active and careful listener. So I take the time to really listen to others, to really gain information about their perspectives and where they may be coming from whenever they're asking us for support. I know that this also includes the sharing of information, and the Principals Association has done a great job of keeping us informed about upcoming activities and mandates and initiatives and providing support for principals in that way. I believe that this communication then helps us build really trusting relationships that are genuine and kind and allows us to really be open and supportive of each other within our association. Finally, I think that principals in general, and I have developed this skill to be a creative thinker and a problem solver. A lot of times there are a lot of things coming at us at once, or we have many demands placed upon us, and we have to figure out how to be a little bit creative with our problem solving, whether that be with scheduling or staffing or acquiring resources. I think these strengths are key to our association because while we each may come from different backgrounds and different forms of school districts, we really all have to have this common language and vision to best support all of our students in the Commonwealth.
Okay, thank you. Our second question. What is at least one change you see on the horizon for public education in the next 4 years, and how would that translate into support needed for PA principals?
I think one priority for all school districts that we are grappling with in different ways is the idea of school safety, and not only in terms of our physical safety of the buildings, but also how we can really create safe and supportive environments for students. I have always been a huge proponent and advocate for social emotional learning and developing those competencies within our students. We're starting to hear more now about these non-academic barriers to learning and how we can really help students develop the skills to be resilient and therefore successful students within our schools. I think this is something that we all kind of know as stakeholders and educators and community members, but there are certainly some gaps and some growth that we can do in this area, certainly in terms of teacher preparation program, in terms of professional development and helping teachers being able to recognize and address issues that we see within students and to be able to instruct them in appropriate strategies to be able to use. And certainly too at school district, we see a lack sometimes of funding or a lack of clarity in terms of what our expectations are. As I mentioned earlier, I serve on the Commonwealth Education Blueprint Committee, and one of our goals is to help us provide a common language for all of the stakeholders in the Commonwealth that we can use when we're advocating or talking with different stakeholder groups. And my hope would be that we would be able to have this common language and a common vision about how to best help support our students in a safe learning environment.
Okay, and our final question. Many principals belong to our association, excuse me, but do not fully participate in some of our activities, such as the regional meetings, our podcasts, and our conferences. So what ideas would you have to increase participation in these important opportunities?
I really believe that our association does a fabulous job of allowing opportunities for our members to participate in terms of the different forms of communication, and then also in terms of our conferences and meetings, those face-to-face items that we have that take place. And certainly this is one thing that we can do to just continue to build relationships. Part of this, we know we experience a lot of success with personal connections. Sometimes a phone call, sometimes a face-to-face meeting can make a bigger difference. We've started the ambassador program that will hopefully help new principals become a part of our association, and also allow us to help provide support so that we can strengthen the role of the principal and hopefully keep them within our profession. I would also like to look at some ways not only to help recognize and support our new members, but also to recognize those who have been members for many years within our organization. And how can we do that, either at regional meetings or conferences, those who are maybe hitting kind of those milestone years of 10 or 15 years or more in some situations. I also think we can be strategic and intentional about the ways that we provide opportunities for our members to network and interact with each other. A couple of ideas that I would have for this would be at our annual conference, perhaps designating some opportunities for members of the same region to meet and interact, maybe at a meal or one of our receptions, or also to maybe embed a job alike session or some discussion groups where we could have principals who are maybe at the same grade span or the same sort of demographic of a school building meet together to really discuss our successes and some of the issues that we're facing. We do this at the Leadership Summit in the summer, and it has been very valuable and very beneficial for us. And so I think we can use some of those pieces at our annual conference to help reach out to our members and get them more involved.
So thank you very much. I want to also personally thank you for your service on our board of directors and for also putting your name in the hat for a leadership position in our organization. We're very fortunate that have such quality people ready to step up to the plate. So thank you once again.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Healy.